It's time for another round of the Track World Touring Car Championship. This time we are in sunny Long Beach for round number 4 of the season. We're cruising past the halfway point in the championship and things are all still up for grabs. We're on the full circuit here at Long Beach, the famous Long Beach Grand Prix circuit. Its concrete wall is going to produce some fantastic racing and is also going to challenge our drivers. Expect to see lots of incidents and some drivers challenging towards the front you might not have seen before. Thinking of challenging at the front, let's take a look at the championship standings. Top of the championship at the moment, AMS Mergs leads the way from Twisted Bliss, with Skunkai not too far behind. He's only got 6 points in hand over Track Flash in 4th, with WRT McCallboy completing the top 5. DOR Snake Eye is there in the Honda P6 with its cream not too far behind. Then you've got the AM drivers, the Stug and Hostile Badger sitting a little bit further behind in 9 and 10. 11's the AM driver of Mike with Knight not too far behind him. Casti VR Impreza again is missing from this round. MTG Hoodie's had a good run so far. He's running P15. And then look further down, you've got Jim Tactical. He's only done 1 round so far, but a perfect 600 from that slotted him in at P18. Complete the top 20 in the championship. You got the AM pairing of Postcode Tom and Sonic Trog, with a lot of drivers looking to break into that coveted top 20 position. There's also the Teams Championship to look at, and my God, is it close at the top of the standings. Team DC and the Iron Ladies are tied on 2,166 points, with Rapid Response Racing not too far behind. Then there's a bit of a gap to the DOR pairing of Fueled by JD, with the old AM pairing of Misfits just ahead of TCR, who only have 1 car here this weekend. Few teams missing this weekend. You've got the PTG Cookie Monsters and the Sneaky Boys that are missing here today, so expect to see those gaps towards the bottom, and Lordo Racing and Team Tweaks aiming to get a little bit further up the order. So we do only have 1 lobby tonight. We've got 21 drivers to fight it around this street circuit. So let's take a look at how they're going to line up. It was Sean S91 who took pole position by just over a tenth from Track John. Championship leader Merckx there in P3. It's Cream, Track Lawless, Phil out P4 and P5, with McCallboy joining them on the 3rd row of the grid. Top AM driver is Track Sabine, the BMW with Sketch alongside him. Very good showing from the Mercedes driver there to squeak into the top 10. Then you've got Track Kraus and Stug with Sonic Trog, 3 Chevrolets nose to tail, and then Twisted Bliss, Stug's teammate, sitting behind the AM driver at the moment. Postcode Tom and Mike on 16, 17. Hostile Badger and Griffiths Maximus complete the clean lap runners, with DOR Snake Eye failing to keep the car within the track limit, as did Track Knight, who's going to start from the back. So now we know how they're going to line up. Let's head down to the grid, get ready to go for race number 1. So we're a bumper grid of touring cars ready to do battle here around the streets of Long Beach. 21 drivers ready to fight for places. Lights are on for the first time tonight. Out they go. Really good start by the looks of it from everyone so far. Merckx all slotted in single file. Looks like you got Lawless trying to go side by side with McCallboy. I believe that is Cream trying to throw it down the inside of Merckx. They head in towards the first corner for the first time. You've got Sean and John all locked up at the front, but you've got 2 Hondas side by side. That is the 45 car of It's Cream going side by side with our championship leader as you head through the roundabout for the first time. So far it looks like we might have got everyone through there in one piece. Look at the background there, you've got a Chevrolet by the looks of it up over the top. So that hasn't gone clean down the back end of the field. But at the moment, it's Sean S91 that leads. John is there in 2nd. Merckx there in 3rd. Creamed in 4th. Lawless 5th. McCallboy 6th. And Sabine, top AM drivers, got through that in 7th. With Sketch not too far behind him as well. As they head in towards the final sector for the first time. Just missed the wall of death on the left-hand side. Expect to see that to catch a few drivers out. Something Cream tagged the wall on the way through there. So look to see the Audi behind him trying to get a position up here really early on. As they head into the final sector through the back end of the circuit. It's all tight and twisty through here. Let's take a look at what happened at the start though. We're going to look at Griffiths Maximus on board the Team Tweaks car. He's all crossed up on the way in. Looks like a little bit of contact, maybe a touch on the back of the Audi there. You can see he's getting bumped around already as he heads through in towards the roundabout for the first time, as I believe that is Stug that's been pushed over. And it's just a complete congestion, traffic jam of cars trying to get through there at the same time. Lucky there wasn't more damage. There was one of the Audis. Looks like it's going really slow. This is the back of Stug. He already gets to tap into the first corner, potentially by his teammate there. I think there's more kicking off behind him as well as he head in. You've got the Audi just loads into the back of him as he's squozing into the side. It looks like you've got one of the DOR cars goes up there, as I believe Woody, that is, selects reverse by accident. And one of them goes straight over the roundabout. So back with the top guys at the moment. Lawless has dropped off a little bit from the back of AMS Merckx there. He has managed to get past Cream though. So the Audi now right in the back of the championship leaders. They head through the roundabout past the water feature for the manyth time. And it looks like that's Cream has managed to get the place. Really slow run for Lawless. Did he tag the wall on the way through there? Has he picked up some damage? That Audi definitely doesn't look like the rear end of that car's glued to the track anymore. If he didn't have damage, he definitely does now. He's just clipped the wall for a second time. You see how quickly the Coal Boys managed to catch up here. There is definitely something wrong with that Audi at this point in time. It's really struggling to turn in. It's not even a contest, the Mercedes driver, to throw it down the inside. He's on the outside here and gets the place down the straight before they even turn in. Now, Lawless has a choice here. Does he try and carry this damage to the pit window? There's decent fights throughout the entirety of the field. This is the fight over 16th place. That's Mike in front of us, Tom behind, and looks like he's got Bliss, and he looks like he's got Stug there, correction, trying to go for the move after that instance at the start. Trying to make a little bit of time up there as Kraus and Knights make a switch in front. Looks like the Chevrolet's managed to get past Badger's, throwing it down the inside there as well. That Audi really struggling. Maybe he's picked up some damage as well. The 181 car with the 43. That white and grey machine definitely starting to lose out at the moment. The black car. So on board now with Bliss, looking at MTG Sketch. He's had a really good run so far, running in the top 10. Bliss, though, looks like he's about to change it. You've got Lawless in front, though. Lawless really falling down the order. He's definitely taking the option of carrying the damage and taking one pit stop. Bliss has managed to get down the inside of Sketch there. Thought about trying to go for the dive on Lawless as well. That damaged Audi really holding these guys up. He's right in the rear bumper. That Audi's moved out the way at the moment. Oh, Bliss is round. Sketch is tagged him. Lawless has gone wide as well. Sketch goes really wide. He's going to lose a place there to Trog by the looks of it, and down the straight he's got Snake Eye in there as well. Snake Eye's known for his quick overtaking, so this place for Sketch definitely isn't safe, as now you've got Bliss falling down the order. But as you can see, this day's going from bad to worse for Lawless. Trog's managed to outdrag him. Expect Sketch to do it as well. Maybe Snake Eye before the corner comes up. He's not too close, but he's right on the rear bumper now. Snake Eye sends it to the inside. It's like Sketch was thinking about moving Lawless in the wall again. That Audi is battle scarred already, and it's not going to get any better for him at this rate. So now Lawless is out of the way. This is the fight for P3. Pair of Hondas doing battle. You've got a Honda in front as well. We track John a little bit further down the road, but it's Mercs versus Cream for the final podium spot at the moment. You can see Cream, his car is already a little bit battle scarred, as is AMS Mercs. Both of these guys are pushing each other as hard as they can. It does actually look like they're starting to catch John in front, so maybe this will become a three-way Honda battle, but the pit window is getting very close to being open at this point. Maybe seeing the first couple of stops come in this lap or so. As Cream thinks about the move, you can see they're definitely catching up to that Marvel car in front. They're going to have to be thinking about maybe dropping into the pits and putting on a brand new set of boots on that Marvel car. DC definitely trying to take advantage here down the back straight, though, tucked into the slipstream. You see McCall Boy's not too far away. Could definitely get into this fight if there is some shenanigans up front. So this is a replay. This is on board with postcode Tom coming out of the pit lane. We saw that car tumbling down the order. He's just come out the pits. I think we might be about to see a first-class bottle heading in towards turn number 1. Gets it on the rumble strips, turns it in. That car's not stopping, and straight in the wall. Yeah, that is a first-class bottle if I ever did see one. So Sean running well now. He's been in the pits. He's come back out. It looks like he's got Griffiths just in front of him. That looks like AMS Mercs in the pits as well. This is the important one. Find out if he has managed to get the... Oh, Griffiths in the wall! Sean's hit him! Oh, this is the terrible time for that to happen. With Mercs in the pit lane, Sean's going to lose out. He's out track. John behind. He's been through the pits as well. And it could be this is the lead of the race going away here for the Audi driver. So it's now the Team Marvel car that takes the lead on the road. But AMS Mercs trundling down the pit lane. He might be able to get back out in front of these guys if they're not careful. Sean's just earned himself another trip through the pit lane, so that's his day done and dusted. So, like I say, we're looking at what could be the fight for the lead. Jonathan's a little bit wide on the way through there and heads down the main straight as Mercs is still trundling down the pit lane. He's got about half the pit lane to run. John's about to come across the start-finish line now. This isn't going to be very close between these two. It looks like John is going to easily take the race lead at this point. Mercs is just on our right-hand side now as they head down. That's the pit exit there into turn 1. You can just see the white Honda exiting the pit lane there above us. That is track John takes the lead of this race. these guys have been pretty much inseparable. Sketch having a really good run so far, but there is the track boss. There's Track Sabine just behind him in the BMW. So this is a really close fight between the pair of these two AM drivers, battling out for places in the race and battling out for AM position as Sabine throws it down the inside. Sketch might have clipped the wall there. He might have a touch of a problem there. Coming through that bottom corner, Sketch tries to go for the inside line, not close enough to go for it. Nice idea though, but that is Sabine released in the BMW and he's going to fight towards the front of the field. This is on board with Tom again. Are we going to see another issue? That's Hostile Badger just in front. He's a lap ahead at this point. Tom's a lap down. And the Wall of Death claims its first victim. And it's managed to claim 2 cars in at once there. This on board with Sean. He was following these guys just behind. So this could be really close between the pair of them. He just sees the accident. Badger nearly reverses into the back of him. Right, this is the pit lane fight we wanted to see. That is Cream coming into the pits from the race lead. We reckon John will probably get out in front of him in the actual race lead at the end of this one. But he has got quite a lot of the lap to traverse as Cream pulls up near his pit box, not quite in it, but mostly in the fast lane as John heads past the Wall of Death, which spelled demise for Sean S91 when he was in the pits. No such trouble there for Track John. You can see the Audi just behind. I believe that's Lawless a lap down. As he heads in towards the final sector, Cream is now trundling down the pit lane, heading towards the pit exit as John heads under the Firestone Bridge. He's got 2 corners to go to complete the lap here. He heads in towards the hairpin. He's got a few cars in front of him that are fighting for position. I believe that might have been one of the Iron Ladies cars as he lights up the front tyres. The Marvel car fires down the pit straight, and this is a real battle between the comic book giants, Marvel versus DC. As you can see, the DC car is just coming towards the exit of the pit lane now. John's going to come past here any second. This is going to be close to race lead. And there he is, you can just see him. There's the Marvel Honda, takes the lead away from its Cream. But that gap is so close at this point. This fight is not over yet. This is going to go down to the last couple of laps. There's Sketches in the wall as well, so not a good time for him. But this fight for the lead is going down to the wire. Just a couple of laps left to go. Cream is definitely closer this time around. He's into the slipstream of that Marvel car, on board with Track John at the moment. You can see he's got a little bit of traffic coming up. Hopefully that's not going to play into this result as Cream tries to take a wider line on the way into towards turn number 1. You can see he's managed to catch up into the roundabout section. Cream tries to go for the move. He's not close. He has to lock up to avoid hitting the back of the Honda, and all that work he's just done, he's now going to go and do it again. So it looks like the Marvel car might be getting away with this one scot-free. So Cream put up a valiant fight, but once again, the king of the strategy is going to take the victory here at Long Beach, providing he can get through these last couple of corners. In towards the final hairpin now, runs a touch wide, lights up the front tyres. Track John fires it down the pit straight, and Team Marvel victorious against Team DC as John crosses the line to take victory. Round number 7 of the CMB Artworks Track World Touring Car Championship. Its Cream comes home second place, truly proving that Marvel is better than DC, with WRT McCallboy putting Mercedes in P3 and on the podium. AMS Mercs and Skunk Eye complete the top 5 with Snake Eye in P6. Winner in the AM category has to go to Track Sabine. Takes home P8 overall with Sonic Trog and Track Kraus rounding out the top 10. Despite running at the front of the field, Sean S91 has to settle for 11th place, with Stug, Mike and Griffiths complete the last of the runners on the lead lap. Twisted Bliss, Track Knights and Track Sketch all 1 lap down, and somehow Postcode Tom manages to get home P18 after 3 trips through the pit lane. Failing to see the flag, Track Woody, Hostile Badger and Track Lawless completes the 21 runners. Down the grid, ready to go for race number 2 here at Long Beach. The lights come on. Remember, the grid stays the same from race 1 and race 2. The lights go out. Really good start at the front. Maybe a little bit of a jump start there from Cream off the front row as he head down towards the first corner for the first time. McCallboy tucks right up into the rear wing of that Honda as he goes towards the inside, thinks about making a move as it's 3 wide behind these guys heading in towards turn 1. Cassidy's got himself in there as well. Really good start. Sabine gets shuffled out, as does Mergs, who loses out to Skunk Eye there. So Mergs down to 4th. Sabine and the BMW up into 5th. Will they all get through this section of the circuit without a major incident? I don't think so. It looks like it's kicked off behind again, but it's Cream that's off and away at the front. McCallboy 2nd. Skunk Eye's there in 3rd place as they head through onto the back straight for the first time. Skunk Eye right under the rear wing of that Mercedes as he heads down the Rapid Response racing car, looking to make up some points in the team championship. Both the Iron Ladies machines are down the order as Skunk Eye fires it towards the inside of McCallboy, giving the outside for the next corner here. Merckx is thinking about a move as well. The championship leader wanting to make up ground as McCallboy defends second place successfully as Skunk Eye hits the wall. This could give Mercs his chance to go down the inside again. They're 3 wide down the back straight, heading in towards the final sector for the first time. That's how close second, third and fourth are, and all this is doing is helping Cream clear off at the front. Skunk Eye really going for the move at this point. He's got the move for second place. McCallboy down to second. Down to third, Mercs trying to go around the outside, gives the inside for the hairpin. He's not close enough to go for it. Sabine under threat as he tags Mercs. So Sabine tags Mercs. Snake Eyes come through as well. Watch that Honda making it up ground early on. But at the moment, it is Cream that leads. Skunk Eye second. McCallboy third as they go across the line for the first time. Mercs under pressure now from Snake Eye as that Sean S91 who's side by side with Sabine after a really strong start outside the top 10. Sean really trying to make up ground quickly side by side with the BMWs. Made the move before they get into the braking zone. Cassidy now is in there as well in the Chevrolet, so a good start from him as well, as it looks like you might have Bliss coming up behind a little bit closer, but Snake Eyes one flying moment. Here's a replay of the start. This on board again with Griff as they head in towards turn number 1. There's a lot of contact there this time before they even get to the swimming pool section, let's call it. As they head in, there's the BIKC Audi goes firing up the road, goes straight up onto the grass and has nowhere to go there. Let's see if we get a replay on board with that one and see what happened is. This is on board with Tom. He's had a torrid time here as you see sketches in the wall there as well as Griff had contact. They head into his section. Tom breaks a little bit too late, throws it at the bank to try and avoid taking someone out, and he gets himself caught. So back with the mid-pack here, you've got Bliss trying to make up ground. He had a really torrid run in the last one, was taken out by Sketch in a little bit of an insert. He tries to go around the outside of Sonic Tron in the 69 car. He's got stuck in there as well. The 2 Troopers cars looking absolutely beautiful. The Iron Ladies machines nose to tail. Cassidy runs wide, loses 2 places there as he goes now side by side down the main straight. The Chevrolets, there's 4 Chevys running nose to tail. I think you got Griff in there as well. In the Tweets cars, not too far behind this, as that is, I believe that's Knights in the Audi trying to get into this battle as well. On board with Stug at the moment. Is he going to fancy a run around the outside of Cassie? No, he's not. He's going to switch to the inside, but Cassidy's wise to it, goes defensive, just keeps it at the back of Bliss in front of him. But Trog and Bliss really trying to make up some ground early on in this one. Stug is desperately trying to get past Cassidy at the moment. Those 4 Chevrolets absolutely nose to tail. You got Sabine just in front, so then that's the next target for these guys. The 2 Tweets cars are running nose to tail at the moment. The 2 Iron Ladies lads are going to try and push together. Cassidy's run a little bit wide, caught the curb there. That's going to allow Stug, the Pro-Am Championship from last season, to get himself just in front. But Cassidy tries to come back. A little bit of a touch there, pushes the Iron Ladies car sideways. This is back towards the front. McCallboy now is under pressure. We got Sean and Snake Eye in there as well. Snake Eye's progress seems to have been halted as Sean and the Honda are going side by side in towards the final sector at the moment. Sean throws it down the inside, tries to go for 2 places in one. Snake Eye tries to go in there as well to get the McCallboys, which they've done. So the Mercedes loses 2 places, Sean gains 2, and Snake Eye stays exactly where he was beforehand in towards the hairpin. Now the McCallboy thinks about the run. He hasn't got the power now. So back with the leaders now. You can see how quickly they've closed up with each other. Cream lighting the front tyres up. He's really not got the power at the moment to get away from these guys. The top 3 closing up. Mercs and Skunk Eye pushing each other to try and catch that DC Honda in front. The Honda looks like he's just clipped the wall on the way into that corner, so maybe he's picked up a little bit of damage here. That's going to allow these guys to close up that even quicker. You can see how much that gap has closed even in the last couple of corners that we've been watching them. On board with Mercs now, he's got a really good look at second and third, heading in towards the final sector. Cream is doing everything he can now to try and stay in front of these 2, but look as they come past the camera shot now, they are literally nose to tail. That's how close the top 3 are in this motor race. Down in towards the bottom section of the circuit, just a couple of corners to go before they put another lap in the book, and Skunk Eye now right on the rear bumper, under the rear wing of our race leader at the moment. So could this be another win for the Audi? He thinks about going for a dive on the inside here. He's going to try and get the better run here. Cream can't quite get the power down there. They all light the front wheels up as Skunk Eye really fancies his chance now down the pit straight to put another lap in the book. Cross the line they go, and Skunk Eye just coming through now to take the lead away from its Cream. On board with Cream and the Honda now. We should see the nose of the Audi poke up. There it is. Skunk Eye leads here at Long Beach, and it looks like AMS Mercs is close to taking away second place here. A little bit of a touch on the wall there for the Audi in front. They're lucky not to pick up suspension damage around this place, but you can see already the gap that he's starting to pull out. That Honda must have some massive problems. Sean's coming into this fight as well, so this could soon be a 4-way fight for the lead, not just a 3-way fight. Cream really trying to hold on now against AMS Mercs. Mercs is really pushing him as hard as he can. Cream's running a defensive line into the next corner here. Mercs thinks about the move. He's not quite close enough to go for it. He's going to try and get him on the exit. Right on board now with its Cream as he head up towards the final sector. Mercs on the outside. Is the Honda going to pull across the nose? He's not going to be able to do so. Cream shows in the wall. Mercs goes for the better exit. Goes for the undercut here as they come down the back straight. The pair of them are absolutely side by side. Sean's in this as well. Cream though now down to third place as Mercs takes over second position in the Astro Honda. Now they head in towards the back section of the circuit, up towards the hairpins, put another lap in the book. Sean's getting racy here as well. He goes to the better line on the inside there, and he's going to be a drag race between the Audi and the Honda for the second lap now. But instead of it being fighting over the lead, it's fighting over third place. Everywhere you look in this field, there are fights, there's cars aplenty. Just look at this one. This is just outside the top 10 on board with Bliss now as he's still got Sonic Trog just in front of him. And that's Sabine in front as well. Bliss comes across the nose and Trog, he throws it around the wall of death. He's lucky not to get involved in that one as you got his teammate there. Stug is trying to push him along here as well. That's how close all these guys are. Trog is running the defensive line on the inside. This could leave Bliss under threat. It's left Sabine under threat as Trog's thrown it down the inside, trying to go around the outside. This is where Bliss came a cropper in a similar situation in race number 1, trying 3 wide in the hairpin. Trog gets tagged. Trog goes out wide, and it looks like there's contact. There's one of the cars in the wall. I think that's stuck in the wall. We're going to take another look at it. This is on board with Cassidy. He's got a front row seat for the carnage that's about to unfold here. See, Trog gets a tap there from Sabine. He comes on and Stug's got nowhere to go. He just falls himself in the wall, and that drops Cassidy down the order as well. So back with these guys, you've got Bliss is now right on the rear bumper of McCallboy in front of him. So that Mercedes isn't faring too well at the moment. We saw Lawless drop down the order in the first race. Now McCallboy is coming under threat from Bliss. He's managed to break free of that pack behind him after that incident involving his teammate, sadly. But Bliss trying to make the best of it at the moment. He knows he's got one of the Triple R cars up towards the front of the field. He also knows his teammate isn't going to get that good a points here at the moment, and Mike is still running this race as well, so this is really going to pay dividends for them in the team's championship if he can get this spot off McCallboy in towards the hairpin for the final time. He does think about going for it. He's right on the bumper of the Mercedes. The Chevy's got a really good run out of there, but he's not quite close enough to drag past him. He is now, though, used the slipstream to go side by side across the start finish line to put yet another lap in the book. He's side by side with the Mercedes, and it looks like Bliss is going to be able to drag past McCallboy in the Karcher Mercedes and take the position before they get in there. But McCallboy's still there. He's still throwing it around the inside. Bliss tries to go around the outside. Awesome racing from these two to avoid the wall, avoid contact. And Bliss gets it all crossed up and just about holds on to the place from McCallboy. Fantastic racing between those two veterans of the World Touring Car Championship. And thinking about the team's championship, it is one of the Triple R cars that lead, but it is now Sean S91 that's up there in second place. While we've been watching that, he's managed to dispose of Mercs. It's now an Audi 1-2. They're both in the same colours. They're not racing for the same team. There is no team orders between these two, and there's contact there. Mercs tries to go for the move. He's hit the wall. This could give Cream the chance to get back on the podium. Looks like it's just managed it, and it's also given these front two guys a little bit of breathing room at the front. Heading now with just a couple of laps left to go in this race. Sean S91 really fancies the lead here against Skunk Eye. Down in towards the hairpin, blasting down the start-finish straight. Both of them sitting under the rear wing of each other. They're doing the smart thing at the moment. They're working together. They might not be teammates. They're definitely trying to pull a gap at the moment. The smart money is to pull a gap and then fight in the last couple of laps. You've already seen how much fighting can slow each other down. But these guys really working together here. But you can see Mercs is already trying to come back at them. Sean thinks about the move there. Skunk Eye's not going quick enough for him. Bumps the Audi. He backs off to avoid taking the place. And there's Mercs. Mercs has come back in this three-way fight once again. On to the final lap now, just one lap left to go and a few corners to decide who's going to win this motor race. Sean S91 is really under the rear wing of Skunk Eye, but these three are nose to tail once again. Mercs can still sniff a victory. He's had a few of them this season. He's definitely going to want another one at this point if he can get it. Skunk Eye, though, is defending for all his worth. Sean really trying to push him in these corners now. Looking at Skunkai, goes for the racing line already, signals his intent early. Sean is right under the rear wing, trying to pull away from the Honda to minimise the impact of that car behind him. These guys are still nose to tail. Merckx tries just keeping it in the track limits there. They need to be careful they're not going to pick up a penalty at this rate. Skunkai though throws it through the corner. He looks like he's got this race won. There's only one, maybe two overtaking spots left on this lap. The next one is the next corner. That's how close the top three are after 13 laps of racing here at Long Beach. Skunkai's just about managed to hold off. There's one overtaking spot left. Sean needs to line him up on the inside of this corner. He's going for he's trying to make the move. He's not quite close enough to do it. He goes for the wider line. Merckx throws it down the inside for second place. That means Skunkai's going to win this race, but it's a drag race aligned over second place. Coming down the start finish straight, it's Skunkai who takes the victory. Nose to tail, side by side. Sean S91 takes second place ahead of Merckx. Just half a second separates the top three as they cross the line after those 10 laps of racing. It's Cream does come home fourth, over 3 seconds behind, with Twisted Bliss completing the top 5 for the Iron Ladies. Snake Eye, WRT, McColby and Cassidy complete the top 8, with Track Knights taking the AM victory this time out ahead of the Team Tweets car of Track Kraus. Just behind his teammates is Griffiths Maximus completing the podium in the AM category, with Mike, Hostile Badger and Sabine all running close together. Stug after that instant came home P15 just ahead of Postcode Tom, with Track Sketch and Sonic Troll completing the runners, with Track Woody failing to see the flag once again. So after those two amazing races, let's see what that's done to the championship, and it's still the same at the top. AMS Merckx now has an extended lead over Twisted Bliss there in second place, with Skunkai moving within just a handful of points of P2. McCallboy's still there, P4 with its Cream in P5. DOR Snake Eye and Sean S91 in 6th and 7th, with Track Flash and Cassidy completing the top 9. Stug is the leading AM driver on 1,002 points, tied with Track Knights in P11. Mike completes the top 3 in the AM category, with Track John still holding on to a P15 position despite only completing one race every weekend. Hostile Badger and Sonic Troll lead home Postcode Tom, with VR Impreza falling down to 17th ahead of Killer Hoodie. DOR Kragadon and Jim Tactical complete the top 20, with Griffiths Maximus and Track Kraus, the two Team Tweaks cars, nose to tail in 21 and 22. PTG Ewok and Track Laws are there in 23 and 24, with Woody, Sketch, Vicious and Sabine completing an all-AM gaggle of cars. 29th is PTG Platinum, with SVR Mercy completing the top 30, leaving ORB Roadhog, Landyman and PTG Nando to complete the 33 car field. In the Team Championship, it came in all tied up. Now there's a 24-point split at the top. The Iron Ladies holding on to first position ahead of Rapid Response Racing, with Team DC closing in behind. Fueled by JD are also over the 2,000-point mark, with the All-Am pair of the Misfits just ahead of the All-Am TCRs by about 24 points. Track Tweaks move up the order, with PTG Cookie Monsters and Lordo Racing holding on to 8th and 9th, with Sneaky Boys still holding on to P number 10. The next time we see the CMB Artworks field is when they face a very different challenge. The tight and twisty Long Beach gives way to the fast and flowing Lime Rock for one of the quickest races of the season. If you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and check out when we head over to Lime Rock.